and girls. How is everybody today?
Good. We are going to take a field trip to the zoo. And not just any zoo, but our zoo. We have visited the top 10 favorite zoological parks in the country and have brought back our favorite animals to star in this special video zoo.
Okay, boys and girls, now let's begin.
Have you been to the zoo lately? It's a wonderful place and home to many strange and exotic animals from around the world. The word zoo is short for zoological park. Many parks throughout the country also have botanical gardens with collections of flowers and plants from around the world as well. All of this makes the animals feel right at home. Some of them seem so content that they appear tame. But don't touch. Remember that they are still wild animals. Let's all keep our hands in the bus as we travel from the frontier wilderness of the USA to the tropical rainforest of Central America, from the highlands of Europe to the heart of Africa. Why, we will even visit a few friends from down under along the way. So buckle your seatbelts and hold on to your hats. Come on, everybody. Here we go. We will visit the reptile house first and then travel on to the aviary. That's where all of the birds stay here at the zoo. After that, we will cruise up to the African Mesa and then to the wild frontier. Last stop will be Monkey Island. That's always been my favorite. But remember, if you ever need more time to look at something, you can just stop the tape with your VCR's pause button and study the information a little longer. As we approach each compound of animals, you will see some numbers on the map screen. Mark them down. This is how our interactive video system, IVS, works. They will match the numbers on your VCR's tape meter and act as a road map so you will always know where you are. You will be able to fast forward or rewind anytime you like and visit your favorite animals over and over again. Now let's have some fun. Have you ever seen a pride of lions or a sloth of bears? How about a skulk of foxes or a gang of elk? A kennel of dogs, a clouder of cats, or a gaggle of geese? We'll learn so much together as we visit our favorite animals from the top 10 zoos in the USA. Our first stop will be the reptile house. Lizards belong to the reptile family and are the modern descendants of prehistoric dinosaurs. They live off of bugs and insects and are found worldwide. Lizards range in size from several inches to many feet long. King snakes, like all snakes, are another part of the reptile family. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals, which means that their blood temperature changes with the temperature of their surroundings. King snakes are not poisonous, but often keep areas free of other dangerous snakes. The black-lipped cobra, one of the most deadly of all snakes. While most snakes live off small rodents, the cobra can grow to a size of over 18 feet. Snake venom is actually modified saliva and occurs in two types. One that attacks blood vessels and another that damages the nervous system of its prey. Crocodiles are one of the largest reptiles now in existence. Living in both salt and fresh waters around the world in tropical climates, they can grow to over 20 feet long. But these dwarf crocs are so small that they would never pose a threat to any humans. Do you remember the crocodile that chased Captain Hook in the story of Peter Pan? Turtles also live around the world in both salt and freshwater places, and even in the desert where there is no water. Ranging in size from only a few ounces to hundreds of pounds, some turtles have a lifespan of over 100 years. All turtles carry their home on their back and can retreat into their shell for protection from any threat. Who knows the fable of the tortoise and the hare? The emerald tree boa is a constrictor snake. It crushes and suffocates its victims with its mighty coils. This snake's coloring acts as a natural camouflage to aid in the capture of its food. Snakes have very poor eyesight, but a keen sense of smell. When their tongues are flicking about, they are actually tasting the air. Alligators are closely related to the crocodiles and look very similar. One noticeable difference is the more rounded nose of the alligator. It possesses incredibly strong jaws capable of crushing the bones of a full-grown cow. The aviary is where all of our birds of a feather flock together. Cranes are like many types of birds that migrate throughout the year, but they are famous for the tremendous distance that they cover in their travels. A normal trip, for example, would take a crane from Africa to Europe. The snowy owl is a predator that hunts its food at night. It has large eyes, giving it exceptional night vision. Owls are found around the world and have traditionally been symbolic of sage wisdom. Merlin the magician was said to have a pet owl. Do you remember its name? It was Archimedes the owl. The Gila woodpecker searches for its meals by pecking holes in the surface of trees and plants, looking for insects who live there. The holes that are left are often used by other birds to build nests in. This woodpecker is most often found in the American desert. Another desert bird is the roadrunner. And although you'll never hear one say beep beep to a coyote, you are sure to see them racing across the sand rather than flying through the skies. The beautiful mute swan has been a semi-domestic bird throughout Europe for over 1,000 years. Do you recall what the ugly duckling grew up to be? That's right, a beautiful swan. The white-fronted goose is distinguished from the rest of its family by the distinct markings on its chest and head. The pink flamingos. See how they are perched on only one long leg? Well, this is how they rest. Flamingos are tropical birds that live throughout parts of the USA, Central America, and Africa. Now we will visit the African mesa. The white rhinoceros is called white because of the dried mud on his skin. These rhinos are originally found in Africa. They have poor eyesight and have a reputation for charging at something first and asking questions later. Their heavy armor-plated skin protects them from all the other animals in the wild. Is most at home in the water, where they can move easily and keep cool. Just watch this animal yawn. Now that was a mouthful. Hippos feed on different vegetation that grow along the waterways. When hippos fight, the winner is always the one who can open his mouth the widest. Now here is a horse of a different color. These zebras each have their own unique set of stripes, just like your own fingerprints. Do you think that zebras are black with white stripes or white with black stripes? The lion is truly the king of beasts, but watch out for Mrs. Lion. She does most of the work around the lion's den. Here they are with their cubs. Wow, just look at that mane. A male lion may grow to a length of 8 feet and weigh up to 500 pounds. His great strength and terrifying roar make him a royal hunter. There are 2 types of elephants, Indian and African. These are African elephants. You can tell by their large ears that are actually shaped like the continent of Africa. Those big Dumbo ears contain many blood vessels and act like air conditioning and heating for these elephants. When they are hot, the elephants wave them like giant fans, and when they are cold, they hold them up unfurled towards the light to catch the sun's warmth. The remarkable cheetah is the fastest land mammal on Earth. It can attain bursts of speed in excess of 60 miles per hour while running down its prey. The giraffe is the tallest animal on Earth. Did you know that baby giraffes start life with a 6 to 7 foot drop to the ground when they are born? Did you know that the giraffe has the same amount of bones in his long neck as you do in yours? Their long set of legs and neck help the giraffes to gather all the tree leaves they need to live on. The ocelot is another night predator roaming the jungles of Central and South America. They live on monkeys, rats, lizards, and small birds. While growing to the size of a large dog, some South American natives had tried to raise these beautiful cats as pets. Roaming the same country as the ocelot are the jaguars. Growing to a mature size a little smaller than the African lions, they approach 6 feet and 300 pounds. The word jaguar means the killer which overcomes its prey in a single bound. The banteng is a rare species of wild cattle originating from the coast of Malay and Java. The mature bulls are actually larger than an American buffalo, weighing in at over 1,200 pounds. The lesser kudu is a wild antelope dwelling in the regions of South Africa along the mountainous and timbered regions. They are excellent jumpers and have been observed to clear 30-foot distances in a single leap. Magnificent tiger. They can live in any climate and can be found throughout the world. The tiger is surely the most beautiful of all predators. A total length of over 10 feet. They are truly one of the most feared animals in the African mesa. The timid okapi is a recent discovery. Unknown to the civilized world until 1900, the okapi lives quietly within the dark, damp rainforests of the Congo in Central Africa. First appeared as pictures on ancient Egyptian tombs. Today they spring into view along the plains of eastern Africa in single strides of up to 25 feet. These swift and graceful animals use their giraffe-like necks to dine on tender leaves and shoots of the native trees. To the gazelle is the camel, known as the ship of the desert and beast of burden. This animal has been domesticated over thousands of years in the Near East and Arabia. They are superbly adapted for the arid climate in which they dwell. Now we will visit the wild frontier. Deer are at once both the best loved and most hunted of animals throughout America and Europe. Deer will grow to a height of 6 to 8 feet and weigh between 300 to 550 pounds. Do you remember Bambi? Polar bears are the greatest of Arctic nomads. They are the only known animals to stalk humans. And they are one of the few types of bears that do not hibernate in the winter. They can grow to 1,600 pounds. These polar bear cubs may look cute, but they are very dangerous. This little rock hyrax, looking somewhat like a cross between a rabbit and a guinea pig, is actually related to the mighty elephant. Dwelling in large colonies along the mountain regions of Southeast Africa, they are excellent climbers and can reach heights of over 12,000 feet. Have you heard the saying, playing possum? The possum has given our language the perfect picture of pretending to play dead to escape a dangerous situation. This hungry little animal is not the prettiest face you will come across here at the zoo today. They live in regions from Canada to South America and will hunt for any kind of food available. The Kodiak bear is the largest living predator. Standing 9 feet high and tipping the scales at over 1,700 pounds, he is the most magnificent resident of our northwest regions. Hibernating during the winter, the Kodiak will satisfy his appetite when he awakes by eating roots, ants, and fresh fish. The bull elk is another giant in our north woods. Living in dense forests, it carries its impressive rack of antlers with calm authority as it feeds leisurely among the lake beds for plants and roots. The black bear ranges the entire continent of North America. A highly intelligent animal, it is often viewed as a circus performer, but it can become quite dangerous if cornered in the wild. Fattening itself up on fish, vegetables, and meat, it will curl up in its den for a long winter's nap. The bobcat is specially fitted for its role in hunting the winter forest. Its large padded feet allow it to speed over snow, through water, and up trees. It has been known to cover an area of 25 miles a day and hunts animals twice its size. The mountain lion is one of the most feared animals in the wild frontier and enjoys the largest range of any Native American animal. Growing to 6 feet and 230 pounds, this shy yellow cat cannot escape its reputation for unprovoked attacks on people and livestock. Coming from the southeast coast of Australia, we have a sleepy little visitor named the koala. Although not technically a bear, this animal sleeps during the day and feeds on a diet of eucalyptus leaves at night. The giant panda bear, one of the rarest of bears, lives in central China. Only officially recognized in this century, it has been known to exist since prehistoric times. This gentle giant lives on soft bamboo shoots and roots. Our last stop is Monkey Island. The orangutan reportedly has the strength of 10 men, and well, he must have the mischief of 10 kids to go along with it. A very intelligent creature, he is easily provoked in captivity, but remains shy when not bothered in the wild. The mountain gorilla, largest and most peaceful of the primates. Tragically, there are only a few hundred of these creatures left in the world. Gorillas live on plants and leaves and construct their own thatched beds to sleep on. The proboscis monkey, named for its long nose, lives in the palm groves and swamps of Borneo. The chimpanzee is probably the most intelligent animal in the world. They are able to speak through sign language, use tools, and recognize different colors. They are extremely playful and affectionate. Today, there are so many dangers threatening the animals we have visited here at our zoo. Environmental problems, ecological disasters, the greenhouse effect, and rainforest depletion. All things you now hear about in the news. It is fair to say that if one animal is endangered, we are all endangered. This map shows the location of major wildlife preserves throughout the world that have been established to preserve those of our friends here who cannot protect themselves. What can you do to help? Please let us know.